So let's get this out of the way first. People today are fearful of losing their jobs, right? So is buying property even something that they should want to be considering?
There are a lot of factors to be considered.
Okay.
So of course, firstly is the job security, because in May the data shows that there's more than 5% of unemployment rate,
Okay.
and the government expect the number to go up. But there are also other factors, as in like whether you have your saving, because for example, if you buy something off plan, and due to the progressive payment method, so for the first few years, until you get your key, you only need to pay the interest, which is only a few hundred ringgit until like 1,000 plus ringgit,
Okay.
depending the type of property you buy. And like let's say if you buy landed, of course it's just 2 years. Maybe the first year you pay lesser. If you buy a high rise, for the first 2 years you probably just pay a few hundred ringgit
Yep.
only. So if you have savings and all, maybe you can consider it. But of course, at the end of the day, you really have to buy within your means, and you need to know why you buy it. And yeah, if you want to buy it for investments, then just make sure that you have the holding power. At the end of the day, at this time, it's about your holding power for on that property.
Okay. So it's true that interest rates now are really down and there are people who are desperate to sell, but not everything is a gem. So how do you make sure that what you are getting isn't a turkey?
This is a very subjective issue,
Okay.
because whether it's a good property or not, it really depends on that person. Whatever is good for you may not be good for me. So firstly, again, you have to look at your job security. You make sure that you have the saving, and secondly, you need to question yourself why you want to buy that property.
Okay.
So whether it's own stay or investments, and also the locations as well. So for example, I can give you an example, as in like a friend of mine bought a unit before 250,000.
Okay.
So, and she knows it very clearly that she buys it for investment, and because there's a government hospital nearby, and then she decided to rent it to the nurses who actually on compulsory service there. So since then, so she's very clear. So she actually rent it out, and she because the price is very low, 250,000. So with the current OPR, so she's just paying it for 1,100 something, less than 1,200.
Okay.
But she's renting it out for 1,300.
Right.
So you need to do your homework before you buy.
Actually putting money down.
Yes.
Alright.
If you want to buy for investment, you have to plan it at least for 5 years.
Okay.
Anything below 5 years, you can say it's a speculation rather than an investment. So, and then if you want to, plan to buy it for investment, you want to rent it out, you need to know who's your target.
Yeah. Because the people you spoke to, they actually said this is a good time to buy, right? So let's say me, if I'm keen still, to buy something even when times are bad, what should I be mindful of?
Okay, so the consultant actually say that it's good time to buy,
Okay.
because it's because of the lower
Yeah.
OPR, and then the lower barrier to financing. So of course it's a good time to buy, but at the end of the day, also as I said just now, it really depends on why you want to buy it. And as you know, I think it's something that there's a rules that has been going on in the whole
Property market.
market, not just property market but also like investment market. It's like when you need to have a saving that worth 6 months of your expenses.
Yeah.
At least 6 months. No, the latest I think they expand it to 8 to 12 months. So you need to have all these things,
Prepared,
prepared when you buy expensive things like big ticket items, because you don't know what will happen. Especially currently, at this time, you don't know whether you can get your job next month.
For more on the stories, pick up a copy of The Age Weekly at all good newsstands.